Hear you,
All right.
no problem.
Hey, everybody. My name is Charlie. This description is wrong, but I'm here with Pasha, and we're going to talk to you about Japan. Well, I fiddle with some stuff. Pasha, can you tell us about why you decided to go to Japan recently?
Absolutely. So going to Japan has always been a dream of mine. And it's actually one of my goals in life to become fluent in Japanese. I think it kind of all started with just, my upbringing and watching anime as a kid, Pokemon, Sailor Moon. The list goes on and on and on and on. But I've always been fascinated by Japan and just have an admiration for it and really interested in exploring there and seeing things. And so it just came to fruition that my brother and sister-in-law, they had a trip planned a few years ago, but with COVID, things got shut down and Japan wasn't allowing visitors to enter the country. And so they actually couldn't go. And so it turned out that when they said that they weren't able to go and they wanted to reschedule, we said we'd really love to go. So that's my husband and I really wanting to join them. So we went for 2 weeks. We went to Kyoto, we went to Osaka, we went to Tokyo, and then we also went to Kawaguchiko, which is it's a small, beautiful town near Mount Fuji. Um, and so I'm gonna do some like analog photo sharing. So hopefully that works. It should be totally fine. But yeah. hmm Yeah, I think it'll be super cool if we can get um, some of our Steelcase gaming community friends, if they're just having lunch or doing whatever you do on your lunch break, maybe you can pop into our Twitch channel so you can just kind of have this rolling. We are definitely trying to put out more streaming content. I also just kind of want to make a quick plug for the Gamers for Giving event that we are participating in. It is this weekend from Friday to Sunday. We have our very own Jason Triskowski. He is going to be competing in the tournament that we're having, or that they're having. And for I think it's Gamers Outreach, and so they're doing a Smash tournament. They're having a LAN party. It's like a 3-day LAN party event. It's going to be really cool. And Becky Schuler is also going to be there. So the two of them are going to be holding down the fort at a like a steel case table. We also have our friends in retail who will be there, Alexis and Will, and they have some really like awesome ideas. There's going to be some chair rentals for the LAN party, so people can sit in a really nice, comfortable, ergonomic chair. And Charlie and I are planning to stop by and see how things are going, do some streaming as well. So it's definitely something that we are excited about doing. Ooh, thank you. Is doing some streaming. So Charlie he's doing the Yakuza game. And that's really exciting. Oh, it's taking me back. Oh my goodness. I mean, take yes. That's- Ooh, all good. Yeah, so one thing that I noticed in the background, I saw some vending machines in the background, and I want to say, if you have not been to Japan, there are vending machines literally almost every like 20 yards. So like you could find a vending machine on one corner and then you walk a little bit and you find a vending machine on another corner and they don't have snacks in them. They have coffee, alcohol, water, um, like soft drinks and stuff like that. And so it's it's amazing. The convenience factor of Japan is incredible. Like they also have very close together different convenience stores. And so it's really cool to watch this because I'm just like, wow, it's so amazing. Like you can see all these vending machines. There's so many vending machines. And I'm curious if any of them have like some of the actual drinks, but they have this drink called oh my gosh, what was it called? It was called like Pro something, and it looks like water. And I was so thirsty, and I bought one, and I started to chug it, and it was not water. It's like some kind of electrolyte drink, and it's kind of like a Powerade, but it was clear. And when you're looking for water and you drink something like that, you're just really thrown off. Um, but yes, those vending machines are everywhere. And also, I'm seeing some things that I saw. Like, I think I saw a recycling machine, which is interesting because there are some recycling machines, like a place where you can put your recyclables, but it's usually in the train station. There are some out in the world, but they don't have trash cans out in the world. So, oh my gosh, the kombini. So, in Japanese, a convenience store is called kombini, and you can see all these fresh foods in the tray, and you see all that fried chicken. Oh my gosh, wow. Oh, some of these brands are real. Oh my gosh. So the if you go up, Charlie, the premium, let's see, go up one more. One more. That one, Premium Boss, that is real. I saw that everywhere, so it's kind of funny that I'm seeing it here. And also the tuna and egg sandwich. I saw those a lot, so it's kind of funny. And that Sega taiyaki it's like a fish shaped um, dough thing. It's kind of like a pancake ish, or maybe it's a bit more crispy. I actually can't remember, but it's so good. And I had one that was filled with a custard and strawberries. They love the custard strawberry mixture, but also the red bean buns. I actually didn't like them because they weren't sweet enough for me. Um, but my husband Nick loved the red bean bun. And then also they had the onigiri, which is the rice ball. It's really sticky rice, so it holds everything together. And then inside it had smoked salmon. So good. I had that for breakfast several days. Um, but yeah, so it's just kind of funny to see this because it's totally taking me back. I want to kind of show some of the photos that I took. Let's see if I have some from an area that looks similar. Oh, so I did actually get to walk through, I don't know how close or far you are away from it, but I did actually go to the Shibuya crossing. So the Shibuya crossing is the largest crosswalk in the world. And we were walking on it around around like 10 or 10:30 in the morning. So it wasn't very crazy busy. Um, but I have some photography of that. So this is kind of like right near, I don't know how good that. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. Well, great. Well, then I'll be sure to hold up some photos because I have tons of them. So the Shibuya crossing was really cool. It was kind of crowded, but it wasn't as crowded as I wanted. I wanted it to be like hundreds or thousands of people. But essentially, the reason why it's such a crazy crosswalk is because traffic on all sides actually stops moving and it allows all of the crosswalks to go at once. So that's why there's a crosswalk going across the street diagonally, and then the ones that go kind of like across straight. All of the crosswalks are on at the same time, essentially. Whereas here in the States, it's like, the crosswalk is only for the pedestrians that are going the same direction as traffic. Um, so that was really cool. And then, oh my gosh, okay, wow, I absolutely love it. Okay, it looks like you're in. Yeah. Oh. Okay, so you see all of the like three-dimensional things coming off of the walls of the buildings. That looks a lot like Osaka. So when we were in Osaka, there was a lot going on visually. And I think I took some photos of that as well. So, oh yes, you're not supposed to hear Charlie if you hear him or if you don't hear him. I want to show you this image because it looks like something that Charlie just walked by, which is this giant three-dimensional guy. Is it the same one, Charlie? It looks like it, not the octopus. Here, I'll zoom in. Yes, look, it's the same. Yeah, somebody screenshot it, put it in the chat. I'm going to hold it up for a few more seconds. Ooh, family chicky or family chicken? Both. I did not get to go there. There was so much going on in Japan. We were like overwhelmed. But it's so funny that you have that in the game. The fried chicken. I did not go in there. I did not go in there. We were just so overwhelmed. There was so much to see. And so I actually didn't go in there, but I love that that is a real reference that they put in this game. That is amazing to me. I'm gonna try to see if I have any other things that are like. I didn't see that octopus thing, but I did see a really cool crab. Also, do they have Don Quixotes in here, Charlie? They do have Don Quixote. Okay, so let me show a picture. So this is, yeah. Oh, perfect. Okay, sorry, I totally wasn't looking. That's funny. I love that. So this is, oh, you can take selfies in this game? That's awesome. That's amazing. So this is the Don Quixote in Osaka, and you can see it has a Ferris wheel. So it has a Ferris wheel. Also, if in the chat, let me know if I'm holding the phone too close or not close enough. Um, but it is, I'll do a little bit of a scroll if you can't quite see the whole thing. Perfect. So this is Don Quixote is essentially um, um, it's kind of like a convenience store, but it's huge. It has like rollerboards for suitcases. It has all kinds of food and snacks, and it's a lot, and it's a multi-level thing. It's like usually like 6 or 7 stories, and so they have them everywhere. I don't even know what to compare it to. Because I don't know if we have anything that's quite like that. Maybe like Target, but not really at all. So Don Quixotes are everywhere. Ooh, Club Sega. Okay, that's really cool. We did go, let me see if I can pull up a picture. We did play Sonic, or sorry, not Sonic. I'm just looking at the Sonic. We played Mario Kart in Osaka at an arcade. And so here's a photo of that. Oh my gosh, you can literally play in the game. That's amazing, Charlie. That is so cool. Wow, I think I need to play Yakuza. Oh my gosh, so Charlie's telling me that Sega sold all of their arcades. There are a lot of arcades in Japan. We went to one that had a ton of claw games. And so there were a ton of claw games. There were also the gotcha games everywhere. So with the gotcha, I was telling Charlie this yesterday. I thought that a gotcha game was like, ooh, gotcha to spend more money, like gotcha. But that's not what that is. Gotcha is short for gachapon, which is sort of a Japanese word for the coin like game where you get the random item when you put your coins in. And so we got tons of, oh, I love it. I love it. So cute. We got tons and tons of little capsule toys. And I'm going to see if I can find a picture. We started to just take pictures of like all kinds of stuff. Like there was a point where I was just like, I need to take pictures of everything because I don't know what I will or will not see and when. Um, let's see. Okay, what is this? Where in Japan is Green Hill Zone? I have no idea. Um, But let's see. Oh, there was just so much stuff, you guys. There were so many photos to take of so many things. Um, it's kind of hard to. Oh, I can show a very, very useful image to what we're doing because I took this picture for Charlie. It is a Yakuza display that I saw in an arcade or a it was like a store that had a bunch of stuff going on. And so I actually got to like find this display for this game, which was really fun. Um, but also, I wanted to just talk about some more of the food, and um, we had like a traditional Japanese breakfast, which I will show. It is not it's much more savory, so the food is a lot more savory than sweet. So we had like pumpkin and green beans and mushrooms, and there were some eggs as well. But surprisingly, not a lot of sushi. We did not. Um, I think I had sushi one time, so it wasn't really like something that we had a lot of, and I don't know if that's because we just didn't go to places that had sushi or what it was. I will show a picture of my fried chicken. This was my favorite meal. It is fried chicken with an egg on top. And then it's got rice underneath, and it was really, really good. Um, the best meal that I've had in Japan, I think one of the top meals that I had in Japan was that meal there. Wow, it's just so funny to see this. Okay. Ooh, you're getting in a cab. There were a ton of bikes, and people were riding their bike kind of like on the sidewalk, in the street. Something really interesting that I saw was that people had they had little glove things for the handlebars. So it was like attached to the handlebars, so they put their hands in to keep their hands warm. I saw that on motorcycles. I saw that on bikes. It was very common. And then people, with a little kid seat in the back seat. I saw like the bike baskets. There were tons of bikes. I'm looking at this Papo and I'm wondering, I did not see one. I wonder how much of this is like real convenience stores, like the actual brand names. Oh, they have Mountain Dew. Wow. Did they do? Have you seen a Family Mart in here, Charlie? That's no. Okay, Family Mart. Okay. Yeah, they may have made up this Papo one. Because Family Mart is one of them, as well as 7-Eleven. Is 7-Eleven in here? No, it's not. Okay, yeah, that's probably what Papo is. 7-Eleven is everywhere. 7-Eleven has good food, if you can believe that. You can get an egg sandwich. You can get like all kinds of desserts. It's very tasty. It's very edible. Whereas 7-Eleven's here, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I would eat from there. But you can certainly do that there. Now, Charlie, I'm also wondering if there are any like historic sites or shrines. Okay, so okay, so Charlie's telling me that there aren't as many historical sites in this game. So this is called the Dembo Temple. So I'm going to show a picture of that. This is in a place called Asakusa, which is it's in Tokyo. So it is a neighborhood. Tokyo is very large and it's separated into these different neighborhoods. And so Shibuya is a neighborhood, which is where we stayed. So we actually stayed in Shibuya. And then there's Roppongi, and then Asakusa as well. And then we also went to Akihabara, which is where it's like the cool anime spot. It was very busy and very like wild, but we did go to Akihabara and then we went to a maid cafe. The maid cafe was called Maid Dreamin'. Maid Dreamin'. And so here is a picture of us in the maid cafe. I paid for the full package, so I got to wear some cat ears. And then they also did like a photo on stage with one of the maids. It was very cute. It was very fun. So that was really cool. And then I also got to show the dessert that I got from the Maid Cafe. So I got this really cute ice cream with a teddy bear in it. It was very adorable and very delicious. It took them like 30 minutes to make it. But it was really good and really fun. And that was one of the things I really wanted to do while in Japan was have really tasty things that were cute and fun. So yeah, that was a total treat. Also, just in general, like it's such a really cool place to be. Kyoto was my favorite. So I don't know, Charlie, if this game is. It looks like it might be an Osaka game. Oh, actually, go back to the crab. Okay. Oh, you have a fight? You have a battle? It was a giant crab. Oh, not that. That's the octopus. There, if you look up, oh, they're trying to get you. Maybe fight them first. Because I think the crab is down that next street over there. Let me see if I can find a picture. Did I take a picture of the crab? I thought I did. Let us find out if I did. So the crab that we were looking at in that picture that are in the game just now was also on the wall. It was on the building. Yes. What's the name, Charlie? Carno Side. Carno. Thank you for following us. And Akihabara is wonderful. It was very stressful though. That's the crap. Okay. Okay. I didn't go in, but I have. Okay. I think I have a picture of the crab. So Charlie just showed the crab for a minute up there on the screen. I'm gonna go into my Google Photos because that crab is in Osaka. It is in a couple of different buildings, and it is a crab, um, like a restaurant. So Osaka is known for. They actually have a ton of Kobe beef and a ton of like beef skewers. Let's see where. I feel like I can't talk and do the two things at the same time. Where is my Google Photos? That's the trick. Here, I'll just search for it. Um, okay. So, Osaka is they have a ton of Kobe beef. They have a lot of different beef dishes. Um, but they also do a lot of crab and a lot of oh, there's a club. That's cute. We didn't go into any clubs. Fun. Okay, let's see. How do I get into the the album? Mm-hmm. Library. Japan album. Great. Wonderful. Okay, let's see if I can look at it. Ooh. Let's do K. Wow, she looks cute. Romance level 0. I love that. I am so determined to find this crab. Wow, look, she's a real person. I didn't know she was a real person. What an interesting way to do this game that they. Oh yeah, the business cards. Yeah, so everyone when you give someone a business card, they do accept it with two hands and you should do the same. They also look at the front and back. It's just sort of an acknowledgement of um, your business and like, what you do. And so that is one of the things there that I thought was really cool and kind of sweet. Um, Ooh, I can be your speaking partner. I love that. That's fun. Oh, I don't know if I can find this crab. Anyway, you'll have to believe that the crab is real because I can't find a picture of it. Um, oh wow, she has a tattoo. Red Bull cocktail. Oh, okay. It's funny that it's not on here because highball is a thing that they do. Or is it sour ball? It's something. But there are a ton of drinks. Okay, I found something that's not the crab, but it's very close. Um, this is Spider-Man crawling toward a like oyster shell, I think. So Spider-Man was on. He was in here. I'll zoom in a little bit. He is like attached to the building. He is a permanent fixture. However, we also saw a guy dressed as Spider-Man doing like Spider-Man stuff on the street and just like jumping on chairs and stuff, which was kind of cute. It was kind of funny. Um, wow, this is so funny that you get to do these like dates and everything. So what's really funny is that she is like kind of very exposed on top. No, it's okay. What I want to say is that is not something that you see in Japan. So the women are very covered. Also, a lot of people don't wear jeans. It's really like slacks, dresses, like everyone feels very dressed up. Oh, I also got this sweater from a secondhand store in Osaka, so it's a little short, but that's okay. Um, but the skirts are short, so not everyone, but the skirts are short, but the tops are covered. So I think it's kind of interesting. You know that you're kind of at a club because it's giving a different vibe. Um, oh, this is a very famous thing that I want to show. Hmm. So I went to Japan. I actually got back last or 2 weeks ago. So I was there from March 9th to March 22nd, so a good 2 weeks. And we split up the time trying to cover as much as possible. We spent most of our time in Kyoto, which was perfect. It's got the big city vibes and it also has the small town charm to it. So I'll show some images of Kyoto. I will say we did not see very many cherry blossoms because cherry blossom season is not it's kind of more now. Here's a really good one. Yeah, so that one was taken at a park in Kyoto. And the cherry blossoms were really starting to come in there. Oh, that's so cute. I think that might be real too. Um, and so that one was really fun to just see the cherry blossoms. We also did the Tori the Fushimi Inari Shrine, which if you're familiar, that's the thousands and thousands of orange gates. Um, and so here is a picture of that. So we kind of paused while we were walking, and I got to pose. You have to walk a very long way. You're going up, oh my God, thousands of steps to get to the very top. And it's not for the faint of heart. So don't, I would say, if you really want to go to it, that's totally fine. Just make sure that you are ready to do it because it is a hike. So the Fushimi Inari Taisha Shrine. Um, that was really fun. So that was one of the classic, like one of the things that we did. That was a thing that a lot of the tourists do. We did not go to the bamboo forest um, because it was just a little out of the way, and we couldn't really make time for that. Um, but we saw some really beautiful sights. Mhm. Oh, a comment in the chat, someone only making it halfway up the steps. So, my brother-in-law, we got to the halfway point and he looked at me and he said, "Are you ready? Are you willing to do the whole thing?" Because I'm not as in shape as the rest of the group. So they were really hoofing it. They were going pretty fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go at my own pace. So I would look up and they would be gone. And then they would be waiting for me and then we'd wait a few minutes and then we'd go because it's a lot of stairs. I also saw a couple wearing kimonos going up the steps and they were tourists and so I was thinking, "Oh my gosh, this is not the day for the kimono." Like those slippers that you're wearing, which I do have a picture. My husband and I did wear kimonos and I felt a little out of place. It does feel kind of like an invasion because it's not, the cultural thing necessarily. Like I feel like it feels weird to do. But we did them. Ooh, Charlie, if you could go back to that bridge. Um, yes, okay. If you go to that bridge, let's see what you see. Do you see the man? Oh, they don't show the man. there's like a man. Let me see if I can find it. Nick was really adamant about getting his photo taken in front of this thing. There is a giant there's a giant man, and he has been in Osaka for a long time. I don't know what it's advertising, but it's something that's been there for a long time. And so my husband really wanted a photo there. But the bridge that Charlie is on, there's a river, and that is a river in Osaka. We had lunch at a restaurant that was along that river, and I think I might have a picture of the bridge. Oh yeah, I went to a restaurant. Yeah, I mean it's pretty much just along that strip that Charlie's on right now. Um, I don't even know if I have any pictures of like the whole thing. Um, like the whole bridge. But the image that I showed earlier of the Don Quixote, that is on along the river. So that is was something that we were able to see along the river there. Hungry Tom. Okay, that's funny. Hungry Tom, I have not seen, but I will. That brings up the question of names. There are some really funny names for things, and things don't translate super well. So some T-shirts will say like super weird things I saw when I went into stores. There was a store called Smelly. There was a cafe called Cafe Bingo with two G's. Um, there are a lot of like funny names for things, and restaurants that do just dessert, restaurants that do like just something specific. Oh, this bridge, yeah, it's totally that bridge, because it just runs through Osaka, and there are some shopping stores. Oh, that dragon. I don't think I have a picture of it, but I saw that dragon, Charlie. No, he's I'll zoom in for you. He's this guy. He's a giant guy in it like running a track kind of situation. And he is on the bridge somewhere. But that dragon I did see. So it's really cool that they did add in some of the things. I swear I took more pictures, but you know what? I was just there was so much to see and do, and I was just super overwhelming. Um, but I took pictures of a lot of stuff. So I'm sure that at one point I did take a picture of that. The crab that moved. So the crab that you were looking at that one point, it was actually like opening and closing its claws and moving its legs. It was like a whole thing. It was really cool. Hmm. Yes, so the kimono process was very long to get into the kimono. I had two different women helping me. There's like a you have to do the undergarment, which is kind of just like a slip, for if you're a lady, you kind of know a slip is sort of just like a thing that you wear under a dress. So we had a slip that kind of had sleeves. We had a skirt slip, and then they had to tie. There was even a towel involved, and I don't know if the towel is always there, but there's all these fabrics that are wrapped around, and the kimono itself is very long. So they actually bunch it up in the back so that the hem is always the same for everyone, but just depending on your height, they bunch it up more in the back. So um, the kimono process was really a lot, but it was really fun, and it was something I really wanted to do. I can show some more photos of that. Um, and then it we did see some other foreigners wearing them. Oh, here's a picture of my brother and sister-in-law in their kimonos. I feel like he did a much better job of trying to match her, and I feel like Nick was like, "I'm just gonna wear red." So my husband wore a red one. But this is my brother-in-law Peter and my sister-in-law Justine, and so that's the two of them. And then I will also show these are my brother-in-law and my husband together. And so overall, it did seem um, like the people were supportive of it. It just kind of felt a little awkward, It was kind of just like, oh, I'm in your country and I'm sort of, wearing something that wasn't really made for me, and I did feel a little awkward wearing it. But they were super supportive of the whole process, and it seemed fine, but it just kind of felt like a little like, ooh, is this okay? But it was good. But yeah, final thoughts. So, my plan is to go back maybe every other year. I really loved Japan. It was incredible. And my husband and I have been talking about maybe retiring in Kyoto. I would absolutely love that. And so that would be really fun. I also want to try to live there for a few years at some point within like the next like 10 years. I would love to just live there for a year or two just to kind of like see what's going on, maybe find a remote job or do something. I don't know how I would. I mean, there's a Steelcase office in Tokyo, but it's like a showroom, so I'd have to be in sales. But yeah, I mean, I would encourage everyone to go. It's beautiful. And it's so much fun, and everyone's so friendly, and it's just a completely different culture. So don't be alarmed if you come back feeling weirder about the US. I didn't have culture shock going there, I had culture shock coming back. Um, but yeah, I would definitely recommend to everyone go. And I'm so glad. Thank you so much for letting me just blather on. I really appreciate it. But see you later. Thanks so much.